morning, Jays. Welcome to another lovely show. I'm your host, Taylor Anderson, along with my sidekick, Claire Hamilton.
Like my wonderful co-host said, I'm Claire Hamilton, and it indeed will be a wonderful show. That includes a story on President Trump getting kicked off social media, scholarships, off-campus opportunity night, and the LHS academic fair.
This is going to be a fun-filled informational show, so as always, this is KLHS. Now, our top story. Over the weekend, President Donald Trump was suspended from social media, but will be banned indefinitely if he breaks more rules again.
The Washington Post reported Facebook chief executive Mark Zuckerberg said Thursday that social media giant is suspending President Trump, marking a dramatic escalation of conflict between Silicon Valley and the White House after Trump weaponized the web to help stoke a riot at the U.S. Capitol.
Zuckerberg wrote, "We believe the risks of allowing the president to continue the use of our services during this period are simply too great. Therefore, we are extending the block, so we have placed on Facebook and Instagram accounts for at least the next 2 weeks until the peaceful transition of power is complete."
Facebook's suspension marks the most aggressive penalty that any social media company has meted out to Trump over his 4-year term.
Twitter on Wednesday evening also suspended Trump for 12 hours, but the company's first ever blockade lifted Thursday morning. But by evening, Trump resumed tweeting, sharing a video that acknowledged the new administration soon to be inaugurated.
I find it so interesting about all this because the First Amendment with freedom of speech, but there is a point, just like everything else, where it just draws the line and people go too far.
Exactly, I agree with you, Claire. But let's head over to Alex, who's with Mr. Emilio, talking about the First Amendment and what it means to us.
What's up, Jays? I'm Alex Cronin here with Mr. Amelia to talk about the First Amendment. When can our First Amendment be taken away?
Well, according to the Constitution, the First Amendment protects, obviously, students and everybody's right to freedom of speech. But that freedom of speech is protected when you are criticizing the government. So that is when it is firmly protected. When it can be taken away, if any speech that incites a riot, incites violence, then can be speech that is limited.
And if someone like the president can get their First Amendment right taken away, like getting banned on Twitter, what does that mean for high school students like us?
Well, I think that the bigger kind of question to go along with that is these tech companies like Facebook and Twitter, have gotten so large with such a following and so powerful that they have quite a bit of influence in Apple with these other organizations about what they allow on their platforms and don't allow on their platforms. So I think looking at kind of how large they've got with monopolies and things like that, that's, I think, really where the social media issue lies.
All right. Thank you. For KLHS, I'm Alex Cronin.
Thank you, Alex.
Taylor, have you heard about the new theater department show coming up?
You know what, Claire? I haven't, but we do have Allie Collier here interviewing Charlotte Brookins for more information.
Let's head on over.
What is going on, Jays? I'm here with Charlotte Brookins, the student director of the show, the show Radium Girls. So, please do tell, what is the show exactly about?
So Radium Girls is essentially, it's set about 30 years after Marie Curie discovered radium in 1898, and it discusses a group of girls in particular that end up getting sick from repetitive and extreme radium exposure due to working in a plant that paints glow-in-the-dark watches with radium, since it was beginning to be used in a more productive sense after its discovery.
Wow, that is really interesting. So what are you guys doing to prepare for this show?
So we've been doing rehearsals every week, Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 5:30, and we've been working on practicing with having to use masks and making those accommodations to make sure that everyone is still safe, and we are just working together with everyone in order to make the show the best it can be.
And obviously for COVID reasons, I doubt there's going to be a large audience. So how can other people watch this show?
So we are going to be ending up filming this show next Wednesday on the 20th, and it should be available in around 2 weeks from that point for people to view on the Liberty Fine Arts YouTube page.
Well, I'm looking forward to watching that. You heard it first. For KLHS, my name is Allie Collier, signing off.
Thank you, Allie. Now on to announcements. Make sure you keep up because we have a lot of important information.
Starting off with some J-Block information, all students should view their J-Block screencast over enrollment today and tomorrow. This is very important as enrollment will begin early next month. This video will inform you on classes available and answer any questions about the enrollment process.
Speaking of enrollment, the LHS Academic Fair is coming soon. Enrollment for the 2021-22 school year is now starting. One important part of the course selection process each year is the annual academic fair. This year, the event will be released virtually on January 12th. You will have an opportunity to view slideshows from each department and program at LHS. The purpose of the event will be to inform families and students all about the wonderful information available before making their decisions for the courses, so watch your emails on January 12th.
The LPS Community Scholarship Program is now open and it will close on February 5th, 2021. There are over 60 scholarship opportunities for LHS and LNHS seniors only. All information can be found on the LHS counseling website and on the LNHS counseling website. Email your counselor if you have any questions.
Now for off-campus opportunity night. LHS and LNHS will be sponsored a virtual off opportunities night on January 13th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. LHS and LNHS offers a program from A students so they can take advantage of programs off campus. Parents and students can log on to the night via Zoom. The link will be below, so click there and be sure to tune in.
And with some fun news for today, it is National Step in a Puddle and Splash Your Friends Day. So if you're feeling somewhat mischievous, in a nice kind of way of course, join us in celebrating this fun day for all ages. Taylor, better put your boots on and watch your back, because I am coming for you.
Claire, you're so on, but speaking of something fun, let's head over to Taylor C to learn a new recipe.
Hey guys, it's Taylor from KLHS, and today I'll be showing you guys how to make no-bake cookies at home. So first, let's start with the ingredients. 2 cups of sugar, tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 stick of butter, half a cup of milk. Bring the sugar, milk, cocoa, and butter to a boil in a medium saucepan over medium heat, stirring occasionally and then let boil for 1 minute. Add the peanut butter, oats, vanilla, and stir to combine. After done stirring, scoop out and place on parchment paper, let cool, and enjoy.
Thank you, Taylor. That looks delicious. But next time, bring some back for us. We should be the official taste testers.
I 100% think if eating was a sport, I'd definitely be a champion.
Well, Taylor, I personally think you are a champion regardless. But let's head over to Thomas and John to talk about some sports champions.
Thank you guys, I'm John Alvey, joined alongside Thomas Hand for today's Sports Report. And Thomas, it is NFL Divisional Playoff Week as the Chiefs are set to face the Cleveland Browns, which was set into action last night when the Browns were fortunate enough to defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers in the wild card round. We'll take a look at a quick highlight from this game as the Steelers managed to fumble the ball into the end zone on their first possession. It was pretty much all downhill from there, which secured the Chiefs playing against the Browns. Thomas, we kind of thought all day yesterday was probably going to be the Ravens facing off against the Chiefs, but the Browns got it done. How do you feel about that matchup for this divisional round?
So I like the matchup for the Chiefs, definitely, because that secondary of the Cleveland Browns is just a complete mess. I mean, you had Ben Roethlisberger throwing over 60 times in their game last night. And I mean, really, the game was over the moment that he fumbled it into the end zone. But the Chiefs have a really good matchup on the offensive side. Defensively, I'm not so sure just because of the Cleveland running game, but we'll have to see how that goes.
Yep, you talked about the Cleveland running game, their big strength, something that the Chiefs struggle to stop. Definitely think it's a good matchup for the Chiefs, but definitely not invincible either. So it should be a good one. And if the Chiefs do manage to win, they'll play the winner of the Bills and the Ravens in the AFC Championship. Now moving on to girls basketball, as our girls team defeated Blue Springs South 46-42 on Thursday. Thomas, they've strung together a few wins here. They had a rough start, but they've really bounced back now to 2-2 in conference. What have you seen from them?
They've just been really, they've been able to score the ball more often than they did at the beginning of the year. They're starting to, get the team chemistry together since they had 3 seniors leave last year, so they're just trying to get everything together now, and they're on a roll right now.
Yeah, and one thing from that game, 14 of 18 from the free throw line, so they took advantage of those opportunities, and they will take on Park Hill South tonight on the road, so good luck to them in that one. And now moving on to men's basketball, who also got a win over Blue Springs South on Friday. They had a really balanced scoring approach. Bennett Sturts over 20 points yet again. Thomas, just another dominant win for our guys.
Yeah, Bennett Sturts, as you just said, he really took control of the game in the first half and then led into the second half. But it was really that second quarter whenever Liberty just kind of erupted and they took a 16-point lead at one point. So, they played really good on both sides of the ball.
And Liberty will take on Park Hill tomorrow night. So that's a team that they lost to earlier in the year. Hopefully they can get it done against them. That'll do it for us today. Now back to the front.
Thank you, Thomas and John. It will definitely be a sports-filled week.
Yes, it will, and I think I can speak for the both of us that we are psyched.
Yes, we are. And with that, our show is coming to an end, so please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For KLHS, this has been Allie Collier, Taylor Coonrod, Alex Cronin, Thomas Hand, John Alvey, and the rest of our amazing production crew. I'm Taylor Anderson.
And I'm Claire Hamilton. Do your part and keep your distance. Have a miraculous Monday from your 2 favorite anchors.